So hello everybody. We're gonna do a short practice on the floor. It's really if you feel you have some lower back or your knees are hurting, or you just want to stretch your legs. So it's mostly for your lower body, and then you can just build on with any other movements that you want to do after or before. So we're gonna lay down on our back. You will need a strap. If you feel your chin is really lifting up and you feel compression in your back neck, please put something under your head. So you can put something, it's just gonna touch your shoulders. So don't put anything under your shoulders because otherwise you're gonna lift your whole chest up and your shoulders are gonna round. So we always wanna keep the chest open. So let's just arrive here. Maybe shake your legs out a little bit, just moving the feet like windshield wiper with a heavy rain. And then moving your hands, the wrists, make some circles, bending and opening the elbows, rolling the shoulders a little bit, placing your arms alongside your body, and then just gently turn your head from side to side. I know we're gonna focus on the legs, but you wanna feel your whole body all the time when you practice. So bring the legs a little bit closer to each other. We're gonna bend the right knee and then lift your left leg up just a little bit. So don't force it for now and make circles with your ankle. And then reverse the circles and then point and flex the foot. So your arms can be alongside or to the side, as long as they're comfortable, no stress in the shoulders. And then bend your knee and lift it up. So just warming up here. And last time, reach up, press your heel away, start to feel a little bit of a stretch, maybe in your calf, maybe in your hamstring. Don't push your lower back down. So all through what we're gonna do today, you wanna keep your lower back as neutral as possible. So for most people, this means that you can place your hand or a couple of fingers under your lower back. If you would press your lower back down, your fingers are compressed. So just that tilt in the pelvic floor, you want to avoid, you want to stay neutral, and then bring your left leg down. So same thing, right leg comes up, not too high, your leg is more or less straight, and then circles with your right foot. And then changing direction, point and flex a few times, and then bend your knee, lengthening, bending, one more time. And then press your heel up. And then bring it down. Bring your knees into your chest, place one hand on each knee, and then bring the knees together and then bring your knees away from you. So probably as far as you can till your arms are totally stretched, and then open up your knees towards the side, and then bring your knees towards your chest. So you're bending your elbows here. So big circle into the hip joint. Just keep your breath calm. You can synchronize your breath with your movement if you want to. So as you inhale, you push your knees away. As you exhale, your knees are back into your chest. And then changing direction. You might feel your organs starting to make some noise. They're getting a little massage, or they're happy. And then coming back to center. Let's bring the left foot down and bring the right foot, right ankle on the left knee. So opening up, gently press your right hand onto your right thigh. So again, we don't want to go and lean over to the right. So stay very neutral in your upper body, just opening up. If you want to go a little bit further, you can lift your foot, but we want to continue to open the hips. So very often when we lift the left foot, we're tensing all the muscles and then we can't find any movement. So I would suggest you keep your foot down and just for a moment, just gently open that hip. And then coming back, Changing sides. So gently pressing, maybe you feel differences one side to the other. So just notice them. Maybe you know why. Maybe you have an injury on one side, or you had some surgery, or you just notice, I'm stiffer here. If it's purely muscle stiffness, then you might want to focus a little bit more on that not so cooperative side. And then coming back. Let's bring the knees into the chest, hug your knees and lift your head, lift your shoulders and make a little ball. So we really want to round the spine here. So you're probably balancing on just a couple of vertebrae, or if your vertebrae are not popping out that much, then you might have a little bit more surface. And then exhale, bring your head down, shoulders down. Place your hands behind your thighs and start to lift your legs up. So we're just going to stay here. Observe your lower back. So if you would push your pubic bone forward and your tailbone back, what's happening? So if I do the reverse, my pubic bone comes towards my belly button. I'm actually like rolling onto my sacrum here. But we want to find that neutral space. And then let's let go of the hands and very slowly bring the legs down. We're just going to hover above the floor. So if this is too much for your lower back, then just for a moment, bend your knees, place your hands palms down under your bum. This is going to keep the lower back neutral. And then let's lift up. If this is still too much, then just do one leg at a time. So you can place one leg on the floor and just do 4 or 5 on one side and then 4 or 5 on the other side. If you do both legs, well, we do 8 or 10. Keep on breathing. So really move with your breath here. And don't press your belly button up. Did I say 8 to 10? Wow. Okay. Let's do 3 more. If you only go to 5 today, if you do it again tomorrow, you'll notice it's going to be a little bit easier. And release. So if your hands are underneath your bum, take them out. Place your feet flat on the floor, bend your knees, separate your feet as wide as your mat, open your arms in a T. Plant your shoulders down. So maybe you have to wiggle your shoulder blades a little bit more towards each other so that your chest is really open. We don't want to lift the shoulders here. Exhale, drop the knees towards the right. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale towards the left. So move with your breath. If you want to go a little bit further, you can lift your feet up and then moving the knees from one side to the other. Keeping those shoulders down. So don't say, yes, I can touch the floor, but then your opposite shoulder is totally lifted. So it's really finding that torsion in the spine. Where can you go? So one more time each side. And then coming back to center, placing the feet down and release. So we're going to take the strap. Place a strap around your right foot. So the ball of your toes. And then lift your left leg, your right leg up. So you want to really find a straight leg here. Your toes are pointing towards your chest. So for some people, the hamstrings are tight and your leg will be here. So it's really important to have your leg straight. If your leg is here and you're bent, you're actually not doing anything, except maybe just massaging a little bit the organs here because your knee is almost into your chest. So make sure that your leg is straight, wherever that is for you. You can keep your left knee bent or you can stretch it out. And again, watch out for that neutral spine. So we don't want to lift our bum. We really want to reach our hip away from us. So take your thumb and place it into your hip crease and then press the hip away. Maybe you don't feel anything because you're like a little bit too tight. So take a breath in, see if you can release in your hip, and then exhale, press away. So we're gonna press that heel away from us with every inhale, and the toes are coming towards your chest. Your left leg is active, it's not just hanging there. So your whole body is working here. See if you can relax your shoulders and your arms. Some people like to take it here. I find it closes my chest too much, but again, what do you want to focus on today? So from here, let's inhale again, lift that heel up. And as you exhale, really imagine you're lengthening your leg from the inside. You're pressing your hip down. And then very slowly, you're gonna move your leg over your center. So you're keeping your right bum as much as possible on the floor. You keep your heel pointing up, your toes towards you, and you'll feel all kinds of strange things happening in your leg. Keep your leg straight. So it's not a rotation here. We're just stretching the IT bands, which are connecting the muscle with the bone, which needs a little bit of attention. You want to keep them alive and happy. And then coming back to center, taking the strap into your right hand and opening your right leg towards the right. So the more tension you hold into your hip, the less we're gonna actually stretch the muscles because they need to work there. So open your elbow, place your upper arm on the floor, place your left hand onto your left hip bone so that you feel that it stays on the floor. And then see how far you can go. So your arm and the strap is actually holding your leg. You're gonna release into your thigh, release into your hip, opening up. If you're stretching too much, if you're going too deep, automatically the body is gonna contract the muscle. So you really wanna be able to let go. If your left hip is lifting, you want to come back. You can also bend your left knee and then open up this side as a counterweight. So you do explore what is best for you. Maybe your foot is on the floor. Make sure your upper body is neutral. And then slowly coming back up. So there you work with the muscles of your legs to bring it back up. You don't just pull with your strap. You can almost release and then lifting up. Changing sides. So you take changing sides with your hands. You take the strap into your left hand. And again, we're gonna find that length. This time, open your right arm to the side, palm up or palm down, whatever you prefer. And we're gonna turn towards the left. So this time there is a rotation in the spine. Your right hip is lifting, your left foot is turning towards the left. And you keep your chest open. So again, pressing that right shoulder into the floor. You can look to the right if that's successful. Make sure you're still breathing. Lengthen out the right leg, the left leg, and breathe. And then very slowly again with the power of your leg coming back up. Lengthen your left leg. Pull your foot in, your right foot. So you're gonna walk your hands up your strap and then grab your right foot with your left hand. We're gonna turn the right knee out. And then if you know what pigeon pose is, this is what we're actually gonna do, but on our back. So we're gonna bring that left foot closer. So opening the hip, if you wanna go a little bit further, but again, watch out that we're not rounding the lower back. We're gonna bend the left knee. you can keep your foot lifted and then gently press with your left thigh onto your ankle or above. Keep your lower back neutral. So you might need to roll your pubic bone a little bit more to the front and then find that balance between pushing onto your right leg with your left leg and keeping the lower back neutral. If this is okay for you, you can always wrap your arms around and hug your lower leg. So then you don't need so much your left leg. You can lengthen it out again. But as you might notice with me, I'm on this side at least, I'm rounding my lower back and I'm really pressing down. So I'd rather work on the opening in my hip here. And I'm gonna lift, let go of my foot, let go of my knee, lift my leg again. And then walk my hands up the leg towards my foot. So keeping your legs straight. So maybe you're not very far. Maybe your hands are still on your thigh, and that's fine. You are where you are. Just don't settle in the comfort. We're doing our practice to keep our body healthy. So sometimes we're just settled into, oh, this is fine, and I'm just waiting for the time to pass. And it's very well possible that that's what you need now. So you know best, but very often it's also, this is fine, and I'm fine. And where if you say, you explore a little bit further, you're like, oh, this actually feels good. And then bend your knee and place your foot on the floor. Bend your left knee, adjust your spine, make sure, open your chest, maybe wiggle your shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Lift your left leg up. And then place a strap around your left foot. Lengthening out. So again, make sure your upper body is relaxed. So don't pull too much. The strap is just there to guide you. Your toes are pointing towards your chest. Your heel is pointing towards the sky, and your hips, your bum is pushing down. So lengthening on the inside. You can lengthen your right leg. The leg is very active. The foot is flexed. And take a couple of breaths here. And again, wherever you are, if you are here, if you're a biker or you're sitting at your desk all day, you might have very, very tight hamstrings. And tight hamstrings are often causing lower back pain because we're pulling onto our back instead of onto our legs. So it's important to keep them healthy, happy, and long, but also strong. So every inhale, we're pressing up. You can take your left thumb and put it in the left hip crease, and make sure your hips are moving forward, keeping your spine neutral. Very active pose here. It might not look like it, but the breath is really guiding all the movements. And then slowly bring the left leg over towards the right, just over your center. So we're not lifting the bum. We're really keeping our hips very stable. We're just going to stretch, give a little stretch in those IT bands. It's a strange, strange feeling, but and then slowly coming back to center with that leg, taking the strap into your left hand, right hand on your right hip bone, and start to gently open up. So again, upper arm comes onto the floor. Once you find your maximum stretch, then you start to release into your left leg. Your right leg stays active. So your left leg should naturally start to open a little bit. Don't go to pain. As soon as there's pain, your muscles will contract, so you will feel it. So just try to breathe or maybe come a little bit higher. And then with the power of your leg, coming back to center, placing the strap into your right hand, opening the left arm in half T, and then bring the left leg towards the right. Keep both your shoulders on the floor. Keep on breathing. You can look towards the left. Rotation in the spine. Big opening in the glutes, in the muscles here, in your, maybe your hamstrings, maybe your quads. Wherever needs to be stretched, you will feel it. Everything is connected. So some irregularity in your back might create more stretch in your legs or less stretch on the other side. And then slowly coming back to center. And as if you just had a good catch, you pull your foot in. Let go of your strap, so put it to the side. Grab your left foot with your right hand and your left knee with your left hand, and then start to pull it in. So again, one side can be very different than the other. Just notice, don't judge, don't question. See if you can work longer on the side that's a little bit more stiff or not so flexible or not so cooperative. Don't always go to the easy side. That's what we usually do. We go to the easy side and then we go to the more difficult side and we just stay half there. So no, it should be the reverse. So if you want to bend your right knee to press a little bit more, but watch out with your lower back. So really press the sacrum into the floor. Keep your lower back neutral. So neutral is different for everybody. And then bring the right foot down. Let go of your foot, of your knee. Stretch out your left leg up. And walk your hands, keeping the leg straight. Maybe you're kissing your knee, maybe not. It's all okay. And then slowly letting go and bending the left knee. So one more. We're gonna bring the arms alongside our body. Palms are facing down. Our knees and our feet are as wide as your hips. Maybe you can touch the back of your heel, but to do that, don't separate your feet. So keep your feet in line. So maybe you can touch, depending on, maybe you have very long arms and it's very easy. Maybe you're like, no way. So you need to find comfort. You need to be able to place your feet flat on the floor. We're gonna inhale, lift your hips up. Roll your shoulders under. So lift one shoulder, roll your shoulder under. Lift the other, roll the shoulder under. And then maybe you can interlace your hands on the floor. So your hands are interlaced. You're gonna lift your chest, lift your hips, press into your feet. And then press your knees forward. And keep on breathing here. So working those long muscles alongside your spine, your backbone. Very important. Lift a little bit higher. If you want to go further, you can lift the right leg up to the sky. Keep on lifting. So we're creating symmetry here. So don't start to lean over more to the left or fall on the right, which you really want to create, and then bring the right leg down. But by all means, explore. So if you're here and you're like, oh, I can't stretch my leg, maybe in a week time you can do it. And maybe not, and that's also okay. And then bring both feet down, undo your hands, and slowly come down. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring your knees into your chest. And then let's lengthen out the legs. As wide as your mat, flop your feet out, bring your arms for Shavasana. Readjust, find comfort. Feel your feet heavy, your hands and your shoulders heavy, your hips heavy. Relax your forehead, your jaw. Slowly letting go every part of your body. And you can stay here as long as you want, as you need, as you can. Shavasana is resetting your body, your mind, your breath. So if you only have 5 or 10 minutes to practice, come into Shavasana, especially in the evening. So thank you for practicing. Have a wonderful rest of the day or evening. Namaste.